Hi, and welcome to another episode of All Things Considered. Today, I want to speak to you, and yes, it is today. I'm doing a video during the day. Usually, I do them at night, but I was going through the headlines to see if there was anything worth talking about. And Dory Monson, I'm not a real big fan of his, but every once in a while, he'll say something that rings true, and he'll give me ideas for something to talk about. And today, I came across one of his interviews or one of his radio broadcasts that he had done, and he was talking about the state of Washington wanting to pass a bill that would make $500 a month over the board to everyone. I don't know if that includes the rich or if that includes the middle class and the working class or if that's just for the poor, but it's supposed to be $500 a month. And in theory, that's okay. But in actuality, who's going to pay for it? I get it. The middle class are struggling. They've got bills to pay, especially in the state of Washington. I mean, let's face it, Seattle. I was talking to a lady the other day, and she told me that she had a living room that she had made into a bedroom for 3 beds. She's charging $1,000 a month. Yes, they get free Wi-Fi. Yes, they get free laundry, and they get to use the kitchen, and the utilities are covered. But $1,000 a month for that? That's $3,000 a month just out of the living room. And people are doing that because they can. They know people need a place to stay, so they're going to gut them for all the money they got. But $500 a month. Amsterdam tried that. They thought that if you had your basic necessities covered, like say your rent and say your utilities and your phone bill and all that stuff, if you had all of those covered, all your basic necessities, and let's face it, an apartment or a place to live is a necessity now. A cell phone is a necessity now. It didn't used to be a necessity when you had landlines and you had pay phones, but now cell phones are necessities. You also have food, that's a necessity. And if you have no place to eat, to cook, you have to go out to restaurants and eat. You have to go to McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell or Captain D's or wherever you're going to go to eat. And, you know, $500 a month is nothing in Seattle. $500 a month is nothing in the state of Washington. It's nothing. It's just barely enough to where I live at now. If I was getting $500 a month, it would just, my rent's almost that much now where I'm living at. And I got very fortunate with my place and where I'm at the moment. But yeah, it's like this guy that was a lawmaker. He's a lawmaker with the state of Washington. And I forget the guy's name, but I'll look it up and put it in the comment. I'll put it in the description so you can know who the guy is. But yeah, he wants to push this. It's a 2-year trial period, but the liberal state's going to push it through. They're going to say, okay, and hardworking people. I'm not a tyrant. I feel for you guys. I do. You're working hard. Bills are expensive. Property taxes are high. The rich are getting away with paying nothing in taxes, and it's falling on the middle class, and it's falling on some of the poor. Because let's face it, your $60,000 a year is now considered low income, and they did that on purpose, by the way. You didn't know that, did you? The city of Seattle and surrounding areas raised the low income to $60,000 a year so they could build swanky apartments and get $2,000 a month for them. And they'd say, well, we're building affordable housing. What more do you want? Yeah, it's affordable to the ones that are making 150 grand a year, or that's making 60, 70, 80,000 a year. But the ones that are making 20 grand a year or less, the ones on minimum wage, the ones on SSI, Social Security, welfare, and the like, they're not, getting any apartments built for you guys. I mean, you guys are just ass out in the middle of the cold. And as people walk by, they kick you in the butt. So this law is getting passed, and it's a trial period for $500 a month, which I went to dinner and I went out and bought a pair of jeans and a shirt and a brand new pair of shoes for $500. I've done that. Yeah, I have. I wouldn't do it now because I just value where I spend my money a little bit more now. And my needs are not as much as they used to be. So I used to confuse my wants with my needs. But anyway, what do you think about this law that they're going to pass? Do you think $500 could do anything at all? Or is that just a scratch in the bucket? If you know more than I do about this, please put a comment down in the comments below. I would really love to hear from you. Let me know how far $500 would really go. I don't think it would go much of anywhere, no matter what state you're in, unless you're homeless. If you're homeless and got no bills, $500 could last you maybe a couple of weeks. If you're spendthrifty and you know where to eat and you know how to ride the buses and things really cheap. But if you have any kind of a life where you have to pay bills and stuff, $500. Now, if it's $500 on top of, now see, Dory didn't say this. It could be that they're going to give $500 on top of people's SSI and Social Security and welfare. Now, if that's the case, and you're making $781 a month, and the state gives you an extra $500 on top of that, and you still get your food stamps, then yeah, you could possibly kind of make it there. But I'll have to look more into that. And when I find out something, I'll put it down in the description. Anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And also hit the subscribe button down here. I can't do this alone. I'm trying to make America a better place, and I'm trying to make the rest of America, Seattle, and all points beyond a better place. Remember, make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best you can today. Have a good day, Seattle, America, and all points beyond.